Morning, all. All right, so some more signings to announce, but there's still some big names that are on the market. So it's going to be an exciting few days here as we wait to see how everything turns out when the dust settles. And if you're an Avs fan, right, Kadri may still end up being a Colorado Avalanche member. So Andre Palat leads he's the headliner right now for day two. He signs a 5-year deal with the New Jersey Devils worth $30 million, $6 million per season. Honestly, Palat's earned that. He's a playoff performer, excellent winger. They were in on Johnny Gaudreau. It is kind of, and I know people are going to say consolation prize and all that. I've seen that. But honestly, hockey is built up with 4 lines, 6 defensemen, 2 goalies. So whatever happens in free agency is great. But chemistry is a whole other issue. And so Palat, the good thing with him is he has had chemistry on various lines in Tampa. He brings with him a couple of Stanley Cup rings as well. So a good addition for the New Jersey Devils. We had heard that Tampa was trying to re-sign him, and I think they were trying to re-sign him still yesterday and trying to make the money work, and he ends up going to New Jersey. So does this mean Killorn doesn't get traded? I would think probably. Killorn, I think they would be trying to move to make room for Palat, but again, we'll see what happens with Tampa from here. But for New Jersey, they pick up an excellent top 6 winger, and he's there for the next 5 years. For 5 years. Mark Pysyk, a Swiss Army knife type player, goes to Detroit on a 1-year deal for $850,000. He can play on the blue line. He can play on a forward line as well. And Detroit just keeps building their depth. Yzerman picks up guys, and I go, yep, good call. Yeah, I like that one. And if there is a head scratcher along the way, it usually works out for Detroit as well. So he continues to build. Ryan Carpenter's now a member of the New York Rangers. He signs for league minimum, $750,000. Carpenter's off to the Rangers, 4th line player. Rudolph Spolzers is off to Florida. Another fascinating player headed to the Florida Panthers, and it's a 1-year deal, league minimum for him as well. There's some offensive upside with Balsers he didn't quite realize in San Jose. And players like that tend to go and flourish in Florida. So we'll see if that happens in the case of Rudolph Spolzers. Does he flourish as a Florida Panther? Does he end up being a healthy scratch, gets waived, and then it doesn't matter? But I'm rooting for him to succeed. And then the St. Louis Blues, they picked up this guy right here. Josh Levo. That's him being given the MVP, the AHL MVP award at the end of the playoffs. So I had to order that from the AHL store, as well as that Calder Cup I now have sitting up there in front of the Stanley Cup. Josh Levo, AHL playoff MVP, now a member of the St. Louis Blues. So he'll no longer be with the Chicago Wolves. Now he's headed for Springfield or ends up playing in St. Louis. I like Levo. He's useful as a bottom 6 forward. I have a Levo jersey. It's all good. I like the player. I like his work ethic, and it's nice to see him getting another job and getting $750,000. One thing that got pointed out yesterday is that on 2-way deals, NHL teams have been very cheapish with the AHL side of the deal. So if you end up, in the NHL, you get your $700,000, now $750,000. But in the AHL, some of the contracts were like $100,000, $50,000. Now the downside is like $300,000, $350,000. And it is a good indicator that NHL teams are making good money again right now. So all the best to Levo. St. Louis picking him up. Again, I think he can be useful in the bottom 6 when you need him. So, who's still on the market? Nazem Kadri is still on the market. He and Colorado rumored to still be in contact. I haven't seen anything today telling me they're probably still in contact. I think that's where he'd like to be. I think he'd like to go back to Colorado. That being said, it's not always financially feasible to make it work. Phil Kessel is still on the market. At this stage in his career, I would expect a pretty slight cap hit compared to his last contract. Dylan Strome's still on the market. His brother found a job. Maybe they can bring him in as well. The Anaheim. So sure, bring in Dylan Strome. Klingberg is still on the market. There's been talk about whether or not he and Dallas are still trying to work something out. Stastny's still on the market. Niederreiter is one that could low-key be a pretty good pickup. Evan Rodriguez is still out there. Rem Pitlick is still out there. He, of course, not given a qualifying offer by the Montreal Canadiens. Sonny Milano, Danton Heinen, also not given qualifying offers, are still out there. Sam Gagner, Ryan Donato, good value, I think, if somebody can pick him up now. Yarncroke and Janmark are out there. Easy to mix those two up. Good thing they're not on the same team. Strawman, if you're looking for a blue liner, Strawman older, of course, and Subban older as well. And then if you're looking at goaltenders, it is a bit of a slim picking situation, but Lankinen's out there, as is Setri. Setri, who of course was brought in by Toronto, signed by Toronto, being brought in, and then Arizona grabbed him on waivers. His performance in Arizona was not great, but the last game he played for Arizona was pretty good. So it doesn't look like it necessarily won him a job in the NHL. He is still out there as an unsigned player. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who gets signed next? Where do they go on this list I have here? Where do those players go? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below also about who got signed and what you think of those ones. And the signings that aren't being talked about that you think are going to make a difference. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video channel past another 1,000 subscribers overnight. So mind-blowing for me. It is very humbling, and thank you each and every one of you that have hit both the like and subscribe buttons. I will be back to talk to you again soon.